Hello and welcome to Project Management 101, where we simplify construction and give you the tools to lead with confidence.
Morning, mate. Let's get started.
In construction, time is commonly referenced, measured, and managed through the project schedule, your master timeline. It's a bit like if a to-do list and a calendar had a baby. A project schedule lays out what needs to be done, when it needs to happen, who's responsible, and how everything links together to form a clear timeline of events from the start to the end of your job. A well-built and maintained project schedule is the hammer in a PM's tool belt. Simple, powerful, and absolutely essential. Alright, with that said, let's take a look at what an example Microsoft project schedule looks like. This is one of our templates we use for our residential and commercial projects. If you'd like a downloadable version, I'll put a link in the description below to our online community, where you can access hundreds of templates, tools, and resources. Everything you need to manage your construction projects. Okay, if this looks a bit overwhelming at first, don't stress. It's nowhere near as complicated as it looks, and in Module 3 of the series, we build one from scratch together. For now, let's break down the key sections. Here you can see the project schedule is divided into two views. We have the task sheet on the left and the Gantt chart on the right. The Gantt chart is simply a graphical view of the task sheet information on the left. The task sheet is the area where all your project tasks and timeline details are listed in a table format. It includes details like the percentage complete, representing the percentage of work that has been completed for a particular task or for a project. Task names, these are the individual to-dos, like client introduction, soil report, or concrete pour. Task durations, typically represented in days or weeks. Next we have our all-important baseline, start, and finish columns. This timeline represents the target project schedule, displaying the start and finish dates of all tasks to achieve our ideal or contracted project completion date. Created during the planning phase of the project, your baseline columns get locked, or to use the correct terminology, set, in our schedule, and acts as our path to victory for the project duration. If we stick to or beat our baseline, we win the time game. These baseline columns are very valuable as they allow us to compare the planned versus real-world performance of our job. That brings us to our next two columns. These are our actuals, aka the real-world performance. These are the columns we update and adjust throughout the project, displaying the start, completion, and forecasted dates of when tasks actually happen or are anticipated to occur in real time. Put simply, baseline is the target, actuals is when things really happen or are about to happen. Projects rarely run exactly to plan. That's why these four columns working together form a powerful scheduling tool. They allow project managers to track progress, spot delays early, and activate contingency plans before minor setbacks become major problems. Next up, we have our predecessors column. This is where we input our task dependencies. A dependency is simply a relationship between tasks where one relies on another to start or finish. For example, you can't start painting until plastering is finished. This is called a finish to start dependency, or FS dependency, meaning one task must finish before the next one can start. The finish to start dependency is the most commonly used in scheduling and the MS project default setting. There are three other types of dependency relationships: start to start, finish to finish, and start to finish, but we'll deep dive into those in Module 3 of the series. Understanding and mastering dependencies is key to an efficient workflow. When you know exactly how long each task should take, you can optimize the schedule to minimize wasted time, or what we project managers call lag, which is the delay between the finish of a predecessor task and the start of a successor task. Next, we have milestones. Major achievements like building permit received or frame inspection passed. Milestones appear as diamonds on the Gantt chart. Delivering a project on time isn't just about bragging rights. It's one of the key measures of success for any project manager. In fact, many PMs are rewarded with bonuses or incentives for meeting or even outperforming their baseline schedule. Of course, wherever there's a carrot, there's usually a stick, and in construction, that stick is called liquidated damages. They're pre-agreed financial penalties for missing contractual milestones, often linked directly to time. And trust me, they can hurt, both financially and reputationally. Mastering time isn't about working faster, it's about working smarter. It's anticipating, prioritizing, and adjusting so your team hits milestones on schedule, ideally a little ahead of it. Because in project management, time isn't just money, it's momentum. Alright, team, that's a wrap for today's topic. Until next time, stay focused, stay organized, and keep growing your knowledge. I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye.
Mate, good work today.